Hello everyone, welcome to Zuglu Education. Today we're going to be talking about adverbs of frequency. What are they? What do we use them for? How do we use it? We're going to jump straight away and have a look at these four sentences. Sentence number 1, Julie usually eats vegetables. Sentence number 2, we sometimes play football. Number 3, they never watch TV at night. And number 4, I am always happy. So let's begin by identifying our adverbs in these sentences. In sentence number 1, what do you think the adverb is? Julie usually eats vegetables. Yeah, you're absolutely right, it's usually. In sentence number 2 is sometimes. Sentence 3, never. And sentence 4, always. We have usually, sometimes, never, and always. What do these words express? Adverbs of frequency are used to express how often we do something. Do I do something all the time, every day, or do I do it less frequently, maybe once a week? To express that idea, we use adverbs of frequency. So let's try and understand what they mean. Now, we are going to draw a line where the arrow point is 100%, all the time. I do something every day, so 100% of times. And the bottom of the line is 0%. No times, none at all. 0% of time. Now, let's have a look at our 4 adverbs. Which one do you think refers to something I do every day? I do all the time. Is it usually, sometimes, never, or always? I'll let you think that for a second. Yes, you're absolutely right. Always. Something I do 100% of times is something I always do. I am always happy. I am happy now. I will be happy tomorrow and the day after and next month as well. So, let's move on to 0%. No times. You see there, no times, that's already a hint for you. Very good. Never refers to something I do 0 times. So we're going to place never here. Now, we've got usually and sometimes. Which of the two refers to something that we do often? Not always, not 100% of times, but around 70% of times. We're going to write number here. What do you think it is? We sometimes play football, or Julie usually eats vegetables? Think about it for another second. And yes, absolutely, it's usually. Something we usually do, something we do often. Again, not every day, not always, but quite frequently. And so, our last adverb of frequency is sometimes. How do you think that is? What percentage do you think that is? We sometimes play football, but we sometimes play basketball. So, yes, you are right. Sometimes is around 50% of frequency. So, there we go. Here we have our scale. Something I do 0% is something I never do. Something I sometimes do is something I do half the time, 50% of times. Something I do more often than sometimes is something I usually do. And if I do something all the time, every day, at all times, is something I always do. Now, we have the meaning of these adverbs, and you might have noticed that these sentences are a bit different from each other, especially 1, 2, and 3 are a bit different from 4. And what is the difference? Have a look at them and try and identify the position of the adverb. So, in sentence 1, 2, and 3, we have the adverb before or after the main verb. So, do we have the adverb before the action or after the action? Let's have a look at it together. Here we have eats, that's verb, and usually before it. Play, main action, and sometimes before it. Last one is watch TV, action, verb, and never before it. So in these 3 cases, the adverb goes before the verb. What about this one? I am always happy. What is the verb here? Verb is am, which I'm sure you know from the verb to be. Yes, that's right. In this case, always, the adverb of frequency doesn't go before the verb, it goes after. So here you've got your rule. When we use the verb to be, we need to put the adverb of frequency after the verb. But if we use any other verb, we will have to place it before the verb. Now it's practice time. Let's practice what we've learned together. What we have to do now is choose one adverb from box number 1. These are the ones we've seen together. Always, sometimes, usually, and never. And match it to an activity or a hobby from box 2, depending on what you do, how frequently you do these things. I have written an example that's true for me. I have chosen the adverb never and the activity play tennis because I never play tennis. So there you go, this is my sentence. I never play tennis. Remember, you need to place the adverb before the verb for any verb except the verb to be. But we have no verb to be here, so that's going to be super easy for you. That was the end of our lesson today. I hope you learned something new, that you had fun, and thank you for your time. Goodbye!